would we do if another country, say China, did to us what we do to all those countries over there? So I would say a policy, a foreign policy that takes care of our national defense, that we're willing to get along with people and trade with people as the founders advised. There's no authority in the Constitution to be the policeman of the world and no nation building. Just remember, George Bush won the presidency on that platform in the year 2000, and I still think it's a good platform.
All right, let me let Senator Santorum respond, because I know you strongly disagree.
On your website on 9/11, you had a blog post that basically blamed the United States for 9/11. On your website yesterday, you said that it was our actions that brought about the actions of 9/11. Now, Congressman Paul, that is irresponsible. A president of the United States running for, someone who's running for the president of the United States in the Republican Party should not be parroting what Osama bin Laden said on 9/11. We should have, we are not being attacked, and we were not attacked because of our actions. We were attacked, as Newt talked about, because we have a civilization that is antithetical to the civilization of the jihadists. And they want to kill us because of who we are and what we stand for. And we stand for American exceptionalism. We stand for freedom and opportunity for everybody around the world. And I am not ashamed to do that.
30 seconds, Mr. Paul.
As long as this country follows that idea, we're going to be under a lot of danger. This whole idea that the whole Muslim world is responsible for this and they're attacking us because we're free and prosperous, that is just not true. Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda have been explicit. They have been explicit, and they wrote and said that we attacked America because you had bases on our Holy Land in Saudi Arabia. You do not give Palestinians a fair treatment, and you have been bombing. I didn't say that. I'm trying to get you to understand what the motive was behind the bombing. At the same time, we had been bombing and killing hundreds of thousands of Iraqis for 10 years. Would you be annoyed? If you're not annoyed...
Last night at the Republican primary debate in Florida, the so-called Tea Party debate, Congressman Ron Paul commented that one of the reasons for 9/11 is the American military presence in the Middle East, an argument that you've made and that I have made and that Congressman Paul and others have made publicly for years. He was booed when he said that. Were you surprised that he was booed by that audience when he made that comment?
Well, so I think he was booed a bit, but I think more people applauded it when he said it. He was booed after the person carrying the water for Israel, former Senator Santorum, came out and criticized him for saying something that he never said. Ron Paul never blamed America. What he said is America needs to understand the motivation of its enemy. Our enemy started the war, but they were motivated in large part by our foreign policy. But for the last 2 weeks, Judge, the pro-Israel newspapers, websites, especially Commentary Magazine, have been attacking Ron Paul as someone who is offering a noxious explanation. And their message has been that Mr. Paul blames the United States for 9/11. He never said that. What Ron Paul said is the American people need to discuss their foreign policy. And if they want to have a foreign policy here on out that continues to motivate our enemies to attack us, not only abroad, but increasingly young Muslim males within the United States.
Why do you think neocons want to silence or crush politically Congressman Paul?
Because we have no interest in the clash between the Palestinians and the Israelis. There is no interest there for the United States. There are no natural resources. Israel's manpower has never been used to help us do anything. And certainly the Palestinians have nothing to offer us. If it was ever explained adequately to the American people, they would realize that we're sticking our nose into an unresolvable religious war that only brings America pain in terms of blood and money. And there's also a crunch point coming up. The whole Islamist movement, Judge, is going to be revived, if you will, and empowered if we block the Palestinians' application for statehood at the UN later this month.
Right.
Ron Paul is exactly right. We should just mind our own business. This has nothing to do with U.S. interests.
Michael Scheuer, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
And seriously, if the terrorists hated freedom, then the Netherlands would be fucking dust, you know? As would Denmark and Sweden and Switzerland and New Zealand and Canada and every other country that's truly freer than we are. But it's true. And I don't think Osama bin Laden sent those planes in to attack us because he hated our freedom. I think he did it because of our support for Israel and our ties with the Saudi family and all our military bases in Saudi Arabia. You know why I think that? Because that's what he fucking said. Are we a nation of 6-year-olds? Answer, yes. God damn it. Why did the bad man put the plane in the building? I said he hated freedom. Because I went to the Nexus Lexus database and there's over 1,400 articles that actually explain why. Shh, he hated freedom. Have a cookie. Have a cookie. Get him in the backyard. Show him the outdoor pool.